What up, though? Your boy Meech, aka the CI Saint. Hope everyone's doing well. Time for another fragrance video, and today we are going to talk about daily driver fragrances. Daily driver is just a buzzword for fragrances that you can wear every single day. But you guys know I like those affordable fragrances, so we're going to talk about affordable daily driver fragrances. I have 8 in my collection. Depending on where you buy these and bottle size, you can find these fragrances for $50 or less. So let's talk about them. 8 affordable daily driver fragrances. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, getting things started. You know, when you think about daily driver fragrances, got to think about blue fragrances. There will be a couple featured in this video, but the first one we're going to talk about in this video is Versace's Dylan Blue, and this is definitely a fragrance that could be a daily driver. It is citric. It is a bit ambery. You get a lot of spice in this fragrance. Black pepper. Get a bit of a darkness from incense in this fragrance. If you are someone who works a 10-12 hour shift and you're looking for a versatile fragrance, this is the fragrance for you. It definitely projects and lasts a long time. It's just one of those fragrances that will work for any scenario. Very versatile and long lasting. Again, this is Versace's Dylan Blue. All right, next up, let's talk about a clone fragrance. This fragrance is going to be a clone interpretation of Parfums de Marly's Sedley. It's from the house of Lattafa, and this is Maahir Legacy. Some people call it Maahir Legacy Silver because there is a black bottle. This fragrance is very citric. It's very aromatic. You get a lot of rosemary, mint, some other aromatic notes in this fragrance. Many people who have smelled Sedley or own Sedley kind of liken the opening to that of a Sprite. There is this fizzy lemon lime type of vibe that you get with Maahir Legacy, since it is a clone of Sedley, and that is actually very uplifting, very nice smelling. At the time of this recording, it's Thursday the 16th. I wore this fragrance as my scent of the day yesterday on Wednesday, and I got about 7 hours in my wearing experience. This one is getting better and better as it continues to mature and macerate on my shelf, but this definitely could be a daily driver for someone, really for all ages. I think this is a nice one. Maahir Legacy by Lattafa. All right, gotta shout out my man Gator, aka the novice knows in these fragrance streets, when I talk about this next fragrance, because it was his review that actually prompted me to buy this fragrance. This fragrance is from the house of Rasasi, and this is Fattan Pour Homme by Rasasi. So this fragrance is extremely affordable. Right now, at the time of this recording, I saw this on Amazon for under $20. I think I paid like $25 on FragranceBuy.ca for this. Only comes in a 50 ml bottle, but this fragrance is absolutely going to remind you of Terre d'Hermes, the original EDT. That's what this smells like. Biggest difference, I would say, is you don't get that dirty orange type of vibe. It's a bit more brighter and fresher than the OG Terre d'Hermes, but it's definitely a vetiver-based scent, woody, citric. This is a nice one. If Terre d'Hermes is maybe too much for you, this is definitely a more wearable take on that scent DNA. Lasts a long time as well. This is one that's good, man. Many people aren't talking about it, so shout out to you, Gator. This is Fattan Pour Homme by Rasasi. All right, this one is going to be for 40 and up TikTok, however long TikTok still exists, or hashtag 40 and up IG, YouTube, whatever social media platform you're watching this on. This is a great fougere fragrance. This is Linsumi by Lalique. This has been getting a lot of love on my channel. I featured it in a couple videos here recently, but this is one that I think if you're 45, 50 and up, and you like barbershop fougeres, this could definitely be a daily driver for you. Woody, aromatic. You get a boozy accord in this fragrance from rum. This is a fragrance that when I want to be taken more seriously, business meetings, work, I'm getting dressed up, I definitely reach for this fragrance. 50 ml bottles on fragrancenet.com around $25. 100 ml bottles on Joma Shop around $35. So this is really, really affordable, and the quality is good, man. This is nice. This is Linsumi by Lalique. All right, the next fragrance we're going to talk about is a bit of a sleeper. Doesn't get a lot of talk in Fragcom these days. I got to shout out my daughter because she bought this fragrance for me this past Christmas. Can't believe she actually bought me a Christmas gift, but I appreciate it, honey. The fragrance we're talking about is from the house of Tommy Hilfiger, and this is Tommy Hilfiger's Impact. Now, Impact Intense gets a little bit of love in Fragcom. because it gets compared a bit to Parfums de Marly's Latent. But the original flanker, this fragrance right here, is very citric and woody. This fragrance garnered me a compliment. This was my fragrance of the day on Christmas Eve. My daughter gave this to me on Christmas Eve. I opened it and I actually wore it on my flight to Florida. I went to Florida for Christmas, and this was my scent of the day on the flight. The TSA agent stopped me, asked me what I was wearing. I told her the name. She put it in her phone. Maybe she was looking to buy it for her boyfriend or her husband or something like that. But this is really, really good, man. Tommy Hilfiger hasn't had a good fragrance, or one that people talk about a lot. I know Vibrant Summer was one that people talked about quite a bit last year. I fell into the hype. I bought it and I immediately sold it. It was just too like sunscreeny for me. The solar notes and the coconut was giving me kind of like the sunscreen vibes. But this is really, really good. A good freshie, very easy to wear, grab and go. It has an ambery, musky base as well. So there's this underlining sweetness as it begins to dry down. This is one, man, I'm telling you, this is a good daily driver. Very affordable. I think you can find this for like $28. So under $30, you can get Tommy Hilfiger's Impact. All right, next up we have a blue-ish fragrance. It's kind of blue with some aspects of green. It was a 2024 release from Montblanc. This is Montblanc Legend Blue. And this is a fragrance that takes on that Legend DNA, the original Legend, or Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, which many people say Legend is kind of taking on that scent DNA. So you get a little bit of those vibes in this fragrance. You do get some blue fragrance aspects, but I get a lot of green with this fragrance. It's mint. There's some other aromatics in this fragrance. Of course, it is a very woody scent. This is a fragrance that definitely could be a daily driver. I think for all ages, the blue aspects, the green aspects in it definitely makes it maybe a bit more versatile than the original EDT flanker, which is really kind of woody and aromatic and more, I think, of a 30 and up style of scent. But this is a good one, man. I just have a little 30 ml, but you can get 100 ml bottles of this for under $50 for sure. I like this one a lot. This is a good daily driver. This is Montblanc Legend Blue. All right, and speaking of blue, how about another blue fragrance? This one is a darling of Ferragamo when you think about affordable blue fragrances. I remember kind of being introduced to, YouTube and content creators talking about fragrances, and this fragrance was talked about by a lot of them. It prompted me to go ahead and buy it, blind buy this fragrance, and of course, it worked out because it's good. This is Acqua Essenziale Blue by Salvatore Ferragamo. Can't go wrong with this one. Has some elements of Versace Dylan Blue, which I talked about at the beginning of this video, but then it also takes on some DNAs of other blue fragrances like Bleu de Chanel, for example. So this is going to be, again, very versatile, easy to wear, fresh, clean shower gel type of vibe. Not as long lasting as Versace Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue, as I stated, is more of a beast performer, but this is a solid one for everyday wear. This also isn't as in your face as Versace Dylan Blue either. This is going to be mellowed out a little bit. It has a bit of a powdery vibe to it as well. There's tonka bean in this fragrance. So this is a bit more of a unique blue fragrance, but it does smell nice. Again, this is Acqua Essenziale Blue by Salvatore Ferragamo. All right, and the last fragrance we're going to talk about is definitely one of my favorite blue fragrances. This one has a unique twist because you get some vanilla and leathery nuances in this fragrance. We're talking about Coach Platinum. I absolutely love this fragrance, man. This is definitely one of my favorite blue fragrances. Blue fragrances aren't necessarily, my favorite, fragrance genre, but I do have a handful, as I've demonstrated in this video. But Coach Platinum is definitely one of my favorites. It does remind you a little bit of Dior Sauvage, but again, it has some vanilla, it has some leather that kind of give you a little bit of a twist on that DNA. Pineapple and black pepper, also notable notes in this fragrance. I really like to wear this one. I definitely throw it on as like a daily driver, just something that if I'm going out to run errands, doing things during the day, it's one that's just easy to grab and put on, but it's also a compliment getter. That Dior Sauvage DNA, if nothing else, it generates compliments, and this is a fragrance that has that, but then it kind of has a bit of its own vibe as well. Again, this is Coach Platinum. Well, there you have it, guys. 8 fragrances, 8 affordable fragrances that would be great daily drivers. These are fragrances that you can wear every day, anytime, any place, pretty much all year round for the most part. I think all of these fragrances you can get away with wearing all year round. What are some of your favorite daily drivers, whether they be affordable or a little more expensive? Feel free to throw those in the comment section. I love to hear about them. Be sure to check out my social media for more. Please like and subscribe on whatever social media platform you're watching this on. That would be greatly appreciated. Once again, your boy Meech, aka the Sea-Eyed Saint. Until next time, take care. Peace.